Alright, so today we're going to be talking about gross domestic product, also known as GDP. The GDP is one of the primary indicators used to gauge the health of a country's economy. It represents the total dollar value of all the goods and services produced over a specific time period. You can think about it as the size of the economy. For example, if the year-to-year GDP is up 3%, this is thought to mean that the economy has grown by 3% over the last year, because usually the GDP is expressed as a comparison to the previous year. There are two ways to calculate GDP. One of them is the income approach, which is adding up what everybody earned in 1 year, or by adding up what everybody spent, the expenditures. For the income approach, which is sometimes referred to as the GDPI, is calculated by adding up total compensation to employees, or wages, gross profits for incorporated and non-incorporated firms, and taxes minus any subsidies. So for the expenditures approach, it's more common, and it's calculated by adding total consumption, investment, government spending, and net exports. The GDP represents the economic production and growth, and it has a really large impact on nearly everyone within an economy. For example, when the economy is healthy, unemployment decreases and wages increase. This also means that a bad economy would entail lower profits for companies and lower stock prices. The equation for GDP is C plus IG plus G plus XN. There's a lot of variables in this equation, so we'll start with the first, C. C represents the personal consumption expenditures, which cover all expenditures by households on durable consumer goods, non-durable consumer goods, and consumer expenditures for services. So now we have the C down, so basically household goods. Next, on to IG. So IG is the gross private investment accounts, which means all final purchases of machinery, equipment, and tools by business enterprises, all construction, and all changes in inventories. So in the equation, IG represents the business and capital side of things. So the next one is G. So G represents the government purchases. So everything that the government consumes in providing public services such as transportation, education, highways, and it also includes the social capital. So in the equation, the G represents the government. On to the XN. So XN is the net exports. And you can find the net exports by taking the total exports minus the imports. So in the GDP equation, we have C, which you can think of as consumers or the household goods. We have I, which makes up the businesses. We have G for the government, and we have XN for the exports. So GDP sums up everything that the country or nation has made in a year at constant prices. It shows the growth and progress of the country and its economy.